Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing a Q&A session, just looking at a bunch of the questions that you guys have been sending me on emails, on Instagram, on YouTube. There's some more on Reddit that I'm not even gonna get to because this video could go forever if we included all those as well. But yeah, we're gonna just take a look at some of the questions and some of the just funny comments that I've gotten as well. So stay tuned. All right, first up is an email from Sean. I'm not gonna say the email people. I have like some of them. It says their full name. I'm not gonna give you guys their last names for their privacy. So he says, "Why do you still have a McLaren 600 LT wallpaper if you decided not to buy it?" That's a great question, Sean. Because I'm too lazy, I guess. Let's fix that right now. So GT3 RS wallpaper. I'm actually one of the reasons I haven't changed it to like a GT3 RS is because I wasn't sure if I should change it to maybe like my next goal car. That's usually what I do for my wallpaper. Is I usually have it like a car as something that'd be like a goal for down the road. So being that I just got my GT3 RS, I think it's still an okay idea to use that and then maybe change it in like a year or something like that. When I would be more in the thought process of another car. It's a little too soon now. Let's see. Let's do 1080p. And what color? What color? I do like this. I think that looks cool. The Visec passion. Can't talk. Visec package. Well, that was weird. In the middle of recording this video, I heard a huge slam somewhere in my house, and it sounded exactly like the noise of my garage door opening from my garage to my house. But there's no one home. Anyway, background, desktop background. Let's see. All right, cool, cool. Next question. Why didn't you get a Huracan instead of a GT3 RS? Well, Mark, I'm guessing you probably didn't watch a video where I talked about that. I think I talked about Huracans in a couple videos, and I'm not assuming that you should have watched all my videos. I'm not assuming that anyone should have watched all my videos, but I did talk about it a little bit in a few videos. I went for a test drive at the Lamborghini dealership down in La Jolla, California, and I was there to drive a McLaren 600 LT and a Huracan. Specifically, I was interested in the LP 580-2, not the all-wheel drive version. But anyway, the guy would have had to move an SVJ, yeah, SVJ, not an SV, but an SVJ. They had one. He would have had to move. I think it was a Bugatti Chiron, or however you say it, Aventador SV, and I think there was another car. He would have had to move all these cars in the showroom just to get his one Huracan 580 out, which, in my opinion, that's kind of goofy that you would put your like lowest price car in the middle, but that's what they did. Um, so he said, "Why don't you sit in it first?" And he kind of said it in a way that almost was like, "Trust me, bro, sit in the car first." And so I sat in it, and as soon as I sat in it, I was like, "This car is not going to work for me." I don't know how Parker Nierenstein deals with his car because I've heard him say he's 5'11" and I'm 6 foot. I got in that car and I couldn't. There was no visibility out of the front windshield. It was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I would never feel comfortable driving that car. Um. Anyway, moving on. Where did you get your Z4 M Coupe? Sorry. Oh, so cheap. Where did you get it so cheap? He said from Nissan, dude. Um, I got it on Copart. I don't know if you have ever been to Copart, but it's just a auction website. There's another one called IAAI. They both sell auction cars. I was able to find it. You can sort on Copart certain ways. So one of the things I did is I was looking for things Actually, sorry, you can sort by clear title, but in this specific incident, I was looking for just a Z4M coupe. Let's see if they have any right now. Doesn't look like they do. Actually, sometimes some of the search parameters can be weird. You might have to just do M coupe. Still doesn't look like they have one. Let's see if IAA has one. M coupe. But I was on there and they had the car I bought. It was hail damaged, and I just was like, wow, it's clear title. Hail damage can be fixed. Blah blah blah. So here they have a M Roadster on IAAI, same motor. I think the coupe looks it's a way better looking car. Holds its value way better too, but they still are both fairly equal in as far as the speed department goes. But anyway, Sam, saw your post on Renlist. Glad to see you got the car. Just wondering, what type of products do you sell online? I sell computer hardware. And then there's a lot of other people that said the same thing. Let's see. Porsche only said, love your GT3, black all day, every day. What do you do for a living? And then Jellybats said, do you mind me asking your line of work? So yeah, everyone, I own a computer company. We sell computer hardware. See, Yum Yum Bubblicious. That is a interesting name. What YouTube channels do you watch? That's a fun question for me because I watch a lot of YouTube, which is why I got interested in this. I watch, man, so many YouTube channels. B is for Bill is probably my favorite. I watch Throttle. I watch Daily Driven Exotics, Stradman, Vehicle Virgins. Man, I watch. You know what? I'm gonna go on my YouTube channel thing. I watch a lot of Game of Thrones conspiracy theory stuff. I watch a lot of basketball news stuff for NBA basketball, and some even for high school and college. Let's see, Smoking Tire. I watch Linus Tech Tips, Drag Times, Goon Squad. I really like Goon Squad a lot. Those kids are really hard workers. Watch TJ Hunt. There's a lot more. I think I said Throttle already. I watched some other guys like Carfection is another guy. Mr. JWW once in a while. Doug Demir, I watch a lot of his stuff. Actually, I've emailed him before about if he wanted to use my cars for videos, and now that I have the GT3 RS, I don't think he's done a GT3 RS video for the newest model. I think he did the 991, and he hasn't done one for the 991.2. So I don't know if there's a big enough difference for him to want to do a new video, but I need to hit him up. Okay, anyway, let's see what else we got here. Calvin, your video editing could use some work. Yeah, I don't argue that. What software are you using? I use OpenShot, which is, let's see this button right here. If it opens fast enough. This is OpenShot. It's just free video editing software for PC, and it's powerful enough. It does a lot of stuff really great, but I know it's not as good as some of the other stuff that's out there. I forgot what I think Adobe is After Effects or something. I think is the most popular, and I will probably buy that. I'll be honest, guys. I mean, I'm not a professional YouTuber. This is a side gig for fun thing, and this is just you know, at this stage, I'm just, you know, kind of winging it and I try to get videos out as fast as possible. I don't spend. Sorry, my phone rang in the middle of recording here. So, as I mentioned, I use OpenShot. It's free, and I should probably upgrade to something better, but I've gotten used to using it, even though it's not the greatest. And I don't spend a lot of time editing my videos, as maybe people that edit videos and are good at it, they would immediately know that I am not into editing videos. I don't spend a lot of time on it. I try to do one takes on everything and just clip them all together as much as I can without having to cut. And a lot of people that are big YouTubers will go through and they'll like cut all these little sections of time, like when they say and ah. Like I say a lot of ums and ahs by accident. I'm not a public speaker. And I just did one I said right there, but I don't go through and cut them all because it would just take forever. It'd take hours, and then I would never get any videos up. So I try to give you guys content, and hopefully you guys don't mind a little bit of ums and ahs, or the editing that's not the greatest, and there's no special effects and stuff. So that'll probably get better down the road. So let's see, next question. You mentioned you had an i9 in one of your videos. What are the rest of the specs of your computer? Are you a gamer or just have the i9 for video editing? From James. Okay. Cool question, James, for me, because I'm a computer nerd, as well as being a car nerd. So I did get an i9 recently. I have an i9 9900K, and I have, let's see, 32 gigs of G.Skill. I think it's 3200 megahertz RGB Trident Z memory. I have a GTX 1080 Ti. It's an MSI Lightning Z, I believe is what it's called. I have a Cooler Master 1000-watt platinum power supply. I have a Asus. I'm looking at. If you're wondering what I'm looking over here, I'm looking at the computer. I have an Asus Maximus X Formula motherboard. I think I have like a Samsung 500 gig M2 SSD, and I'm probably missing something. Custom water cooling. I'll show you guys. This is the computer. It's wall mounted, and I built it myself. So yeah, it's custom water cooled. There's the CPU. Sorry, there's a lot of glare off the glass. And here's the reservoir. Sorry, it's really hard to see with the glare, but anyway, that's the system. Putting the webcam back. All right, so, oh, and are you a gamer or just have for video? I'm definitely a gamer. I don't do very much video editing. These videos are the only video editing I do. I do play games as much as I can, but I don't always have a lot of time to do that either. Let's see. I don't know who said this one because I didn't copy and paste their username. This is a YouTube question. Oh, sorry. Dude, you went to buy GT3 RS, not went to BMW dealership. I don't know if this person speaks English as their first language or if they're just a really lazy typer. But he said, dude, you went to buy GT3 RS, not went to BMW dealership. So I think he's saying you were expecting a BMW dealership experience from a Porsche. Thanks, bro. I don't know what you want me to say there. A lot of these comments are very negative about. I have a video about my bad experience at a Porsche dealership, and there's a ton of people that were just going off, and they're kind of fun for me. I don't mind negative stuff. Like, it's fine. So my response, actually, I'm gonna read a couple more negative ones and then kind of try to respond to them all at once. Why do you have that supremely dorky hat on your head? This one is really long. Do you need to pop the cork and sample a $1,000 bottle of wine before you buy it? I'd never seen a $1,000 bottle of wine personally. I mean, I think I've seen a $1,000 bottle of champagne. Do you need to sit in Lufthansa? I don't know. I don't know how to say this. I think it's an airline. Lufthansa. I'm gonna stop saying it. It's some like European airline. First class. You need to sit in the first class for the first 20 minutes of the flight before you commit to the $10,000 ticket. What about all the people who ordered any of the GT cars? None of them had to drive it first. None of them? Oh, none of them, huh? Definitely not me. Yeah, anyway, so what about all the 911R owners? What about every single car sold at RM, Sousby, Barrett Jackson, Goodings, etc.? What about the 918s and the LaFerraris that have been ordered long before the owners ever got a chance to drive them? Those guys made non-refundable down payments of $200K 2 years before their cars would arrive. Some products are universally accepted as the best and don't need to be sampled before purchase. That's okay. I get that a little bit. It's a given you'll love the way it drives. And while I understand you're a serious buyer, 95% of the guys who demand a test drive in these cars are time wasters and or looking for an argument. Well, okay. The policy not to test drive GT cars or Turbo S's, okay, is not a judgment against you. It's to prevent the dealership from becoming a free Disneyland every weekend. If they let you drive it, they have to let everyone drive it. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna skip ahead. Let's see. Unanimously, the real buyers will have no problem with that policy and don't equate a test drive with validation of their ability to buy. Only the fakes complain. And lastly, what's with the hat? That hat belongs on a Nissan GTR buyer. Oh, I love this guy's comment, actually. I did like a lot of what he said, and I think he's a little bit funny too. So I'm gonna group all those kind of into the same thing. So we've got the hat and the complaining about Porsche and buying stuff. I think the last guy, I wonder if he actually works at the dealership that I blasted. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying it is. There's no way. It says the screen name's like American Psycho, so I don't know who it was, but got a good kick out of that one. American Psycho, please continue commenting on my videos. I like your comments. Okay, so what's with the stupid hat? Well, you know, sometimes when I make my videos, I get out of bed, get my kids ready for school, and I don't even get in the shower yet or anything. And my hair is usually all like, you know, I guess it probably doesn't look that bad right now, but it's usually all messed up. And a lot of times I just throw on a hat because I'm trying to get a video knocked out before I get to work. And I just, since I'm on TV or YouTube or whatever, I figure I should probably, if it takes me 2 seconds to put a hat on and I look maybe a little bit more presentable. Apparently you guys thought I looked less presentable, but I think a lot of the judgment was the hat itself. It's not even this hat, it's a different one. It's a Throttle, it's actually the YouTube guys, the Throttle YouTube channel. They're great guys, and I bought a hat so actually they gave it to me for free, but whatever. So I wanted to support Throttle. I like the hat because I like supporting their YouTube brand. Anyway, some people don't like the hat. I like when he says it belongs on a Nissan GTR buyer. Of course it does. I am a Nissan GTR buyer. I had a Nissan GTR. I bought it. So I am a Nissan GTR buyer. I think what he was meaning to say, though, is it doesn't belong on a GT3 RS buyer, but he's also wrong because I am a GT3 RS buyer. I'm both. So deal with it. Let's see. But as far as me complaining about wanting to test drive a GT3 RS before buying it, him and then this other guy who said that it's not a BMW dealership. My point was, I went to a Ferrari dealership, I went to a Lamborghini dealership, I went to a McLaren dealership, I have been to BMW dealerships, I've worked at BMW dealerships, I've been to Mercedes dealerships, Corvette dealerships, Nissan dealerships, I've been to a lot of dealerships, right? But the ones that really mattered were those first three I just said, Lamborghini, Ferrari, and McLaren. You know how hard it was to get a test drive and have a good experience at those places? Not hard, because I was already approved. I had an approval. I had a piece of paper or a phone call or whatever you want to say that said, hey, this guy is not kicking tires. He's not at Disneyland or whatever you want to call it. He's actually approved to buy the car. I had that. And that's why Ferrari said, I called him up on the phone. I said, yo, can I get a test drive? No problem. Come on down. When are you going to be here? 30 minutes. Okay, I'll see you. I'll have the car parked out front. That's how easy it was. Great guy. Actually, I'm going to pause the video so I could go grab his business card. So Scott Gorski, see if I can. This guy's awesome. Great driver too. If I decided that the Ferrari was the car that I wanted, I would have loved to have done a deal with him. He was a great guy, very professional, not rushed. He did it the right way, and the Ferrari brand was looked at very highly by me during the whole experience. It just didn't end up being the car I wanted. Similarly, Fernando from McLaren, or it's O'Gara, is the place in McLaren. They have Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin, Bentley, Bugatti, Ducati, Koenigsegg, Lamborghini, Maserati, McLaren, and Rolls Royce. Wow, this guy, literally the same thing. Not the same person, but very similar experience. Hey, I want to test drive a 600 LT. You know how hard it is to test drive a 600 LT? They have to have one. They have to have a 600 LT. That car just came out. They just started getting them. That's not like if you think a GT3 RS should be hard to test drive, I called every single Porsche dealership in the entire California, Nevada, Arizona, like the whole West Coast, and called every dealership and said, do you have one? I have a spreadsheet of like 30 to 40 GT3 RSs that are in stock sitting on showroom floors. That's not that. It's a rare car. I'm not trying to devalue my car. I own it. I wanted the value to stay up. It's a great car. That's why I bought it. But 600 LT at the moment is way more rare. And they're going to make way less 600 LTs than they do GT3 RS. So for me to just say, hey, I want to come test drive one, and him to be like, yeah, no problem. See you in 45 minutes or whatever. That's how going to other dealerships, if you're approved. So that's this guy, American Psycho. I understand that you don't want it to be Disneyland and have tire kickers and arguments and all that stuff. That's not how you buy a car if you're a serious buyer. That's how you prove you're a serious buyer is you get approved. That's the I feel like most people already knew that, but anyway, maybe I shouldn't assume. Sorry for assuming, guys. So, but like I said, American Psycho, please keep up the comments. What do we got next? Frank says exhaust valves are always open on cold start, and you really should wait 5 seconds before starting. Let the computer go through its check. That's great. I did not know that. Thank you for telling me that, Frank. I will wait. I don't know if that's true though. It maybe and maybe I'm wondering if that used to be true on a different Porsche in the past, because when I turn on my car, the exhaust note is noticeably not open exhaust or open valves when it's turned on. Maybe like the first second when the revs go up and come back down, maybe it opens it real fast as the revs go up and then shuts them back down, but it's not open. I mean, you press the button and the sound changes. So correct, maybe you have some more information for me, Frank, or someone else that sees this. Let's see what else do we got here. Next comment was Jim, be careful putting anything on the windshield. It's lightweight glass and could be damaged. With another commenter following up with him, Jim, just wanted to let you know that the rear and the back window only are the lightweight glass. The driver passenger front, the driver passenger front are normal windshield. I think he's saying all the regular windows on the doors and the front windshield are regular size or regular glass. So that was from Charles correcting that. I don't know who's true, but it sounds reasonable to me. I don't think you could make the windshield super thin. I think it'd be a hazard or something like that. A guy named Lonnie, dude, next time purchase a 4K camera before you get the GT3 RS. I do have a 4K camera. It's a GoPro Hero 7 Black. It does do 4K. I usually don't shoot in 4K because sorry, my camera started playing something. I don't shoot in 4K because it's pretty questionable who's gonna actually watch a video in 4K. It's a lot more data. It's gonna take a lot more time to do the video editing, and then the uploading. I have really fast internet, so I guess the upload isn't a huge problem, but everything's longer, and it's just a very limited audience of people are actually gonna watch a video in 4K, let alone my video. Me sitting at a desk right now, me in my car driving, like if I start getting some videos out where it's like serious, like really good work with good camera work and having people help me setting cameras outside, setting cameras on the car, driving around maybe at a track, stuff like that. Yeah, okay, I'm with you, and maybe I will do 4K. The other thing though is that the GoPro Hero 7 Black has image stabilization built in, and that does not work in 4K mode. So I would sometimes prefer to have the image stabilization over the 4K, especially considering all those other things I just said. Let's see. Dean Dalton, beautiful spec. Are you gonna take it to the track once it's run in? I think run in is probably like a British or European slang for like broken in, break-in period. So the break-in period recommended by Porsche is 2,000 miles, and I do want to take it to the track, and I probably will take it before 2,000 miles. I'm hoping to take it within the next few months, but I am already at 700 miles. Basilisk Rebel says, congratulations on the new car. Have you ever considered buying the Turbo S instead of the GT3 RS? Yeah, definitely. I mean, on paper, the Turbo S is probably a better fit for me. It was less expensive. It's more of a straight line car. It's faster in the straight line. There's a lot of huge points that are just like, hey, why didn't you pick that one? I think the big one was the connection I had with the GT3 RS. Like I didn't expect to like it. I love turbos, so I was expecting the Turbo S or just even the Turbo, or I was even looking at Carrera T's and thinking about modding them, because everything's turbo now except the GT series. So I was really considering those a lot and saving some money too. But the connection I had with the GT3 RS was just I didn't have any connection like that with any other car. It just has such a special feel. In the 991.2 even more so than the 991. So that was really cool. The sound of the exhaust with the naturally aspirated motor is just, it's unbelievable. In my opinion, it sounds better than the 488, the Ferrari 488. It sounds better than the McLaren 600 LT, and it sounds better than the Huracan. Huracan is pretty close though, because it is a V10 naturally aspirated. It just sounds different. I like the way that the GT3 RS sounds. And then what was the other thing? Oh, holds its value a lot better too. So the GT series cars hold their value better than the Turbo series cars. So that was just another thing. GPB1, have you considered putting on a clear bra? Yes, 100%. The guy that wrapped my Raptor does clear bras and wraps. He's amazing. Probably does the best work in Southern California, in my opinion. And the company is called California Wraps. They're in Vista, California. He said that he gave me some quotes already for my car, and right now the reason I haven't done it yet is I'm just debating, do I want to do like a satin carbon wrap, or do I want to do a clear bra? So the clear bra is cheaper, but I wasn't necessarily looking for a black car to begin with. I do like black, but the maintenance on the paint is a lot. So anyway, keeping it clean is what I meant. But okay, next guy, Bad Lord. One thing I would like to know, why not a 6-speed? I personally would never buy such a beautiful roadworthy car with an auto. Yes, there's a few tenths slower, but there's nothing like the feel and the sound going through gears in such a phenomenal car. Bad Lord. I do appreciate your comment, and I hope you don't feel like I'm being too critical toward you. I do want to point out a couple things. First of all, it is a catchphrase or whatever you want to call it to call a manual transmission a 6-speed. However, I think that you should maybe think about changing that habit, because there are plenty of manual transmissions that are not 6 speeds, and there are plenty of automatic transmissions that are 6 speeds. So I do think, just to be clear, you could probably say MT for manual transmission. You could say 6MT, 7MT, 5MT, just so people know. Or you could just say manual, stick shift. There's a lot of things you could say, but I know what you meant, and that's what's important, right? So they don't make a GT3 RS with a manual transmission. It's not a thing. You can get a GT3 in manual. Yes, that is a thing. I did think about getting one of those. The dealer markups on them are stupid, and I just didn't think it was worth it. I do love driving stick. I do have a manual transmission vehicle. My Z4M Coupe is manual. I've owned a lot of manual cars. I think I've owned a lot more manual cars in my life than automatic. So this car though, it's a great car. And anyway, next question was similar. Both hands on the wheel, bro. Why are you resting your hand on the stick? It's an automatic. Well, I actually really enjoy driving my GT3 RS with the stick shift in manual mode. So in my GTR, the paddles are really nice. They're really beefy feeling, and I like the placement, and I did use them quite often. But in the GT3 RS, I actually don't like the paddles at all. I don't like how small they are. I don't like how they move with the wheel, and I just don't like how they feel. But surprisingly, I do love the stick. The stick on the PDK is amazing, and so I actually every day I shift it over to manual mode, and I just go up and down, and it has a really nice feel. It's part of. Is it the most efficient way to drive the car? Probably not. Probably keeping your hands on the steering wheel is, but does it really matter? Not really. And what really matters though to me is the enjoyment of driving the car. I get more enjoyment driving the manual mode like a stick shift with my hand on the stick. And sometimes it's also just a comfort thing. So in that video, I probably wasn't even shifting. I'd say that just because I've driven stick for so many years, that a lot of cars, even like my Raptor, I put my hand on the stick all the time. It's just a comfort thing. So no big deal. You know, everyone's got their stuff, their own things. So next question. Duran said, thank God you saved that beautiful car. How's it look new? Now, so this is the Z4, because he saw my Z4 video where I was talking about it's a project car for anyone that has. There's probably a lot of people here that are only here for Porsche stuff. I have a Z4M Coupe that is a project car. I've already talked about in this video a little bit. So he's asking, he said, thank you for saving a beautiful car. You're welcome. And I agree with you. It is a beautiful car and it needed to be saved. So how does it look now? I did a garage update in my last video from, I think I put that out yesterday, and it's still pretty rough looking. It needs a lot of work. And I mentioned that I'm considering selling it so that someone else can take over the project, just because when I bought that project, I wasn't thinking that I was going to be getting a GT3 RS at all, and I wasn't thinking I was going to be getting like another sports car anytime soon. I thought that was going to kind of be like my car between my GTR and whatever came next. And as things progressed and changed, I got the GT3 RS, and the Z4M Coupe. The only thing it really offers over my GT3 RS that's like a difference is really the manual transmission. And to be honest with you guys, I don't like the manual transmission on the car. It's not good. I think a lot of people would probably be mad to hear me say that, but I can probably make it better if I changed a lot of things. If I got a new clutch and a short shifter kit, blah blah blah. It doesn't feel that great from the factory. And what I was leaning towards is maybe picking up an Evo, Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, because that would give me a big contrast, not only just being like a JDM style vehicle instead of having two German cars, but it'd be all-wheel drive instead of rear-wheel drive. It'd be turbo instead of naturally aspirated, have 4 seats instead of 2. You know, just like every single thing is different. It's nice to have different stuff, in my opinion. Have one, you know, it's raining and I'm gonna go drive the all-wheel drive Evo. So, but there's no rush. I'm so busy. I don't have a lot of time to focus on that right now. And then finally, let's talk about the channel itself. So thank you guys for subscribing, all you subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, I do appreciate you hitting that button. I'm going to talk a little bit real quickly about the process of trying to really make it on YouTube or whatever, or be a little bit successful with YouTube. Just if you get monetized, that's kind of what a lot of people consider like the first big step to making YouTube videos. And that's what my goal is right now. So let's take a look at where I'm at. So I think I'll click Creator Studio. So you go to channel, you go to the Creator Studio, you go to channel, and then monetization is either here or here, the Learn More button. So either way, it's the same end goal. So that's my goal, is to get monetized. You have to get 4,000 watch hours, which I've passed now, and you need to get 1,000 subscribers. So about a week ago, I started realizing how I'm never gonna get the subscribers, and I want this to be a thing I do, right? This is fun for me, but I don't want to do it if I'm just wasting time and no one wants, and I don't want to put stuff that no one doesn't like, people don't even want to watch. So this is kind of you guys showing me if I should keep doing this too. And I started asking for people to actually hit the subscribe button, and it's made a drastic difference. So I was at 30 subscribers, I think it was, a week ago, and I'm at 150. Now I'm still kind of light years away from getting to the 1,000, but that's a lot of really good progress. I'm super happy about it, like big time. I was at 31 or 3,200 watch hours, I think, a week ago, and it shot up to 5,500. So thank you everyone for watching the videos, and a lot of people have been commenting. I've been trying to reply to all the comments. A lot of people are sending me emails. A lot of people are hitting me up on Instagram. So thanks for everyone doing that. I get back to you guys as fast as I can. But if you haven't subscribed yet, as one person in the comments said, like he said something like, pathetic, you're begging for subscribers. Well, yeah, I kind of am. Sorry for being pathetic, but I do want them, because I wanted like to hit a goal of getting the channel monetized with 1,000 subscribers. So finally, so anyway, if you can click the subscribe button, it does help me. And if you can click like and comment if you want to, and all that good stuff. I have links in my comment in the description for my Instagram, my email, if you want to shoot me an email. I did have someone even yesterday hit me up and say, hey, you mentioned that you could help someone buy a GT3 RS. I want to buy one. Can you help me? And I've been helping him right now. So feel free to hit me up. But I have promised you guys that I want to do a delivery, basically simulating what it's like to get a delivery at the Porsche dealership when you buy a GT3 RS. So I'm actually wanting to do that in the next couple days. So you know, keep your eyes peeled for that video. And I'm gonna call it quits on this video. It's probably already 20+ minutes. I know I always make long videos, and if that sucks, if that's too long for you guys, feel free to comment about it. But have a good day. Thanks.